Okay, here we go. It's Reese here from CeeManga. Welcome to my review of One Piece chapter 739 titled Captain. And you know what? This chapter here, I kind of saw all this stuff coming, but at the end of the day, it was alright. But yeah, obviously, this chapter here we learn some more information about Mr. Soldier, and obviously, the SWAT plan hasn't exactly succeeded, which, well, I don't think anyone kind of thought it would succeed, but anyway, yeah. But like everyone else, I'm kind of sitting here wondering now, when the hell will Usopp finally do something? Because like for the last two chapters, he's kind of just like sitting back watching everyone else fight, being his usual cowardly self. So I'm kind of wondering that now that obviously he's seen all the gnomes get fucked up, he's kind of thinking, oh god, he's gonna do something. I got to do something now. It's like, when will he man the fuck up? It's really frustrating. It's like I'm kind of thinking like maybe the spicy ball tactic could have worked. Maybe if Usopp would have fired it with his slingshot, because obviously that would have been going a lot faster than obviously the gnomes can fly. So that could have worked there, but obviously it didn't. So yeah, I'm wondering that now that all the gnomes have kind of like been taken out by Trevor, will he jump into the fight? And obviously Robin's there as well. Will both of them kind of like now jump in since how they're the only ones capable of like left capable of fighting? It'll be kind of like a really strange fight though when you think about it. You've got Usopp, probably he can use some crazy ass plant monster thing which he found from the island to kind of, I don't know, absorb all of Trevor's muckiness and stuff. It could probably eat him up. I don't know, crazy things like that. Usopp's got some weird plants. And then Robin, obviously she could probably take on Sugar, and I don't know how that fight would go exactly actually, because obviously she can do her little clone thing now. So could it end up being a thing of Sugar ends up transforming those clones, and then Robin ends up having to literally fight herself? Or maybe if she actually transforms and clones, Robin can just dispel them and then they'll break apart into nothing again. So yeah, that'd be kind of like a really interesting couple of fights there. But yeah, I actually really want want that to happen now. Seeing as how all the gnomes are now out of action and they're kind of like, yeah, we can't do anything anymore. It's so sad. But anyway, Mr. Soldier, other places, obviously Mr. Soldier, he's pretty screwed. Obviously, he's no match for Lao G, which I didn't think he'd be any match for him anyway. The guy, sure, he's got a bit of strength within him, but at the end of the day, he's still just a little friggin' toy. He's weak because obviously he's a toy. But yeah, obviously we find out a little more about Mr. Soldier, which is obviously we knew he was Rebecca's father, but the new discovery is that he is in fact the legendary gladiator Curos. I think that's how you say it. So yeah, it's kind of strange actually. The fact is he's actually the one who was Curos, the one who all the gladiators are looking up to, saying he's won over 3,000 battles. I'm kind of wondering whether or not that's exactly 100% true, or whether that's kind of a bit like obviously a little bit of fabrication going on there to kind of, like maybe Don Flamingo gave a little bit of fabrication there to kind of give all the gladiators there a bit of hope in their like desperation. It's one of them things. It's like you never keep your enemy fully down, because then they might end up getting some sort of spurge of inspiration to be able to break out. So giving them that one little bit of hope to cling on to is better than giving them no hope at all. Weird thing like that. But yeah, I'm kind of like wondering now, obviously, the fact that why Mr. Soldier isn't exactly as strong as he is claimed to be. There's obviously a little bit of like whether there's that fabrication or not. But then again, it could be the thing of he's weaker because he's a toy. But still, even if he is a toy, I would have thought that he'd still have access to some of his abilities, if he even had any. Because come on, let's think about it. This is the new world. Pretty much everyone in the new world has some form of haki. So I would have thought he'd still be able to tap into it, since how he obviously still has his memories, considering that Sugar didn't exactly give him a contract when she turned him into a toy. So yeah, there's a bit of like weirdness going on there. I would have thought that he'd be a bit stronger than he obviously is. But obviously elsewhere, Colosseum's heating up a little more. We get to see Rebecca. She's finally getting into a bit of a groove. She's stupidly trying to take on Diamante, which is the dumbest thing she's ever done. You obviously see her there trying to like cut him. She just about does it, and then you see like him take off his belt, turn it into a freaking club, beat her in the head, which pretty much breaks her helmet apart. She's there like looking like she's gonna die. She's definitely just hitting above her weight class right there. She's silly. But then obviously now, oh god, Bart is basically telling Sabo to kind of like help her out and stuff. Obviously we've seen how like she's Luffy's friend and he knows all this stuff. So yeah, Sabo coming to her rescue. That's gonna be pretty cool. That's what I really want to see. I want to see him kind of like go all out on Diamante, finally see what he's really made of. So I'm kind of wondering whether like in that little kind of collision battle they're gonna have, is this like the sky's gonna break and then everyone's gonna see who he is, because it's like it's only obviously a matter of time before that disguise gets destroyed and everyone finds out who exactly he is, and then Don Flamingo is obviously still kind of wondering like who the hell is he if he isn't Luffy, because seeing as how Luffy's here. I swear he's Luffy, so that's gonna be a nice little reveal when you actually find out. Oh my god, it's Sabo. You know, it's Sabo, and then there's gonna be a thing of does he even know who Sabo is? But yeah, final thing I really want to say on this chapter is obviously they're talking about how Mr. Soldier has been the one to defeat Don Flamingo, but we all know there is no way in hell that is gonna happen. The guy is just too weak. So my little theory, which I'm guessing here, is obviously he's gonna kind of give the final speech, which is obviously like Luffy's going to defeat Don Flamingo, then at the end he's going to come in and then kind of give the final speech to all the people to reveal like how evil Don Flamingo is and like bring to light all of his wrongdoings. Because let's face it, obviously this is One Piece. The main character has to defeat the final villain. That's just a rule of just like any shonen manga, to tell the truth. So yeah, that's the last thing I obviously want to say in this chapter. But yeah, other than that, chapter was nice. Good to have some more information on everything. And now that all the cannon fodder has been defeated, hopefully now the Straw Hats can finally step up, shine, show off all that 2 years of training. Now that they've finally got a worthy enemy of fighting, you know, because obviously Fishman arc, I don't really count them as being worthy because they were jacked up on steroids anyway. And then obviously you had the whole Caesar Clown arc. There was so many different kind of things happening there. Not everyone really got to fight, so this is going to be kind of like one of the first opportunities we're going to see to finally see what they can actually do against a real powerhouse family. So that's really what I'm waiting for. So yeah, that pretty much wraps this up from me, guys. These are all my opinions, but what are yours? You can let me know in your comments below. As you've enjoyed the video, give it a little thumbs up, helps out the series a lot, and don't forget to check out the other stuff we do on the channel. So I'll see you next time.